Good morning. In this day, go to talk about the sport. The first sport that we can see is the baseball. To 400 to 5 million people watch baseball every year. This is a sport that involves the use of a bat and a baseball. Baseball is played between two teams with 9 players on each side of a 19-foot diamond-like pitch. The first game was played in the mid 18th century and the first record game happening on the 19th June of 1406 in Hoboken, New Jersey. I have never actually seen this sport, but apparently it's a big deal in many countries. If you change a lot of rules, it is almost like cricket, so many liking for this sport. And the second sport is the American football. To 315 to 450 million people watch football every year. In the United States, this sport is not a football, but of course, to other countries, football is an entirely different sport. It is between two teams with 11 players on each side, and objective is to bring the ball to other team and some either by running along with throwing it to a teammate. The first game of American football took took place on the 6th of November in 1869, and it is played between Rugged and Princeton. And the third sport is the basketball. To 300 to 400 million people watch basketball every year. The objective of this particular sport is to shoot a ball through a hoop and either end on the field. It is governed by a set of rules and usually two teams that plays the game on marked rectangular field. The highest governing body of the basketball is the FIBA. The first time basketball was ever played was in Springfield, Massachusetts, United States in 1898. There are around to 10 to 20 players. And another sport is the table tennis. That is to 900 million people watch table tennis every year. The highest governing body when it comes to table tennis is the ITTF. The game is played with one of two players at the same time of either side. Table tennis is also known as ping pong. All you need to do is get the ping pong ball to the other end of the table using your miniature sided racket. But you should know that easy as a sound is not even close. The game is very fast, paced, and you need a lot of precision in the hand and eye coordination is supposed to be top notch. And another sport is golf. To 400 and 500 million people watch golf every year. I am sorry, but this is my opinion. Is the most boring sport ever. It involves precision and lot of putting. The objective is to get the ball to the hole across a long area. Many different types of fluid are used to hit the ball, and you have to do with minimum possible stroke. The highest governing body is the golf is the REA and USGA. It was a first player in Scotland during the 15th century. There are no teams in this sport, just a single man for himself. Golf is an outdoor or sporting event. Thanks for your attention.
Good morning, my name is Eden Antonio, and now I'm going to explain four more most common sports. So, is football or soccer with over 4 billion followers of football. It is by far the most popular sport in the world. Considering all of our criteria factors, football top most of them we have discussed major factors which makes football's popularity unmatched. Well, for most European nations, it is not just a game, rather, it is a way of life. FIFA World Cup is the most iconic event of this sport, which is not only the most watched team event, but also one of the highest paying competitions in the whole sports world. Football is one of the most accessible sports in the world, and there is hardly anyone in this world who has not kicked a ball at some point in their life. Football dominates sports headlines in some of the major countries in the world, including almost all European nations like United Kingdom, Germany, France, Spain, etc. In South America, football is more than just a game. It represents dreams and joy of kids in Brazil, Argentina, and other Latin countries. So let's go with the next one. Cricket. It's estimated about 2 billion followers make cricket one of the most popular sports mainly in Commonwealth countries like England, India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Australia, New Zealand, Caribbean, and South Africa. In India and Pakistan together, which constitute a fifth of world population, cricket is a religion. It is source of patriotism and excuse for diffusing tensions between arch rivals and synonyms of competition. Cricket is the latest format which is creating waves in other countries. As well as now, more and more countries are taking up this sport at professional levels. So cricket is like a bat and ball game played between two teams of 11 players each on a cricket field at the center of which is a rectangular 20 meters pitch with a target at each end called the wicket. So let's go with the next one, that is athletics. Athletics is by far the most global sport of them all, which includes several disciplines, of course, with running, a long jump, and other track and field events. Athletics is also the high point of Olympic games as athletic-based sports are the most watched during any Olympic event. Some of the iconic athletes have been gold medalists in track and field sport and swimming. Current undisputed running and sprint sport champion Usain Bolt was the most talked about that athlete during 2012 Olympic Games in London and 2008 Olympics. The next one is Formula One. Over 550 million people tune in every year at some stage of Formula One season, which runs from March to November. Formula One is by far the most popular motor sports in the world. It might not be the most successful sport in the world, but in terms of sheer following, Formula One is the undisputed biggest motor racing sport, with around 20 Grand Prix races every year in 20 different countries. It is one of the most global sports around. Although the recent trend in TV viewership numbers is going down, but Formula One still racks in healthy 500 million a year. That is the decline from around a billion to 500 million is largely down to Formula One turning to PPV in many countries. And the last one is boxing. Only combat sport in the list, boxing is truly global just like tennis and athletics. Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao has dominated the race list in last 10 years, while boxing also boasts some of the greatest athletes to have ever lived. Boxing is the major sport in countries like USA, Mexico, Latin America, United Kingdom, Philippines, Japan, Russia, and some Eastern European countries like Ukraine, Poland, and Romania. Well, boxing is a combat sport in which two people, usually wearing protective gloves, throw punches at each other for a predetermined set of time in a boxing ring.